Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Skyrim Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Drake Knight Sword and Shield Reborn mod, which is being made by user Funky Gandalf Cat. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is an absolutely amazing new sword and shield that is perfect for any dragon hunting knight kind of character that you're playing here in the game. And these things are wonderful, have quite a lot of power to them, have an interesting and unique enchanting, or rather upgrading, mechanic for these, and all in all are just very fun, and apparently based off of the Lothric Knight Sword and Shield from Dark Souls 3. I don't play Dark Souls, so I don't know what that is, but if you do, well, you'll know. So let's take a look at what all we do get with this magnificent sword and shield, starting with where to find them. Now, you are gonna have to go out into the world, as there is only one of these swords and one of these shields. You're gonna have to go up into the northeastern portion of the world map over by Winter Hold, and you'll find the sword over here at the coast in Bleak Coast Cave. Specifically, it's in one of these side chambers in the back where the trolls were feasting on humans, and you'll find a burnt out corpse there with a glowing orb. Apparently that's something else to do with Dark Souls that I don't get, but cool. Now, as for the shield, you're going to want to head into the mountains over here to Mount Anthor, and towards the base of those steps in the ruins is where you'll find yet another one of those burnt out corpses with the glowing orb. Interact with it and you will get yourself the glorious shield. So it is going to take you quite a little bit of time to actually get these weapons, considering their locations in the world, but it is well worth the wait, as these things are just beautiful. I love the design of them, love the usefulness of them, and they even add a new special spell kind of a thing. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Let's take a look at the individual items, starting with the Drake Knight Sword. Now, this weapon will do 29 damage and has a weight of 10, but it's a little bit more intriguing than just that damage, as it's, well, specifically powerful against dragons. It's going to do some more damage to them. That's the whole point. Drake Knight and all that. But it is also going to add to you that new power, Drake Knight Swipe, which will use magicka and stamina to pull off a cool new move. Again, we'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit. Now, then we have the Drake Knight Shield, which will provide for you 30 armor. It is considered a heavy piece of armor and will weigh 15. Now, much like with the sword, this is definitely meant to be more for fighting dragons, and it is going to offer you some additional protection against shock damage, which is always valuable. So very, very cool there. And all in all, these two weapons, I mean, they are just simply gorgeous. I do especially love the shield here. There's just so much cool detailing on this thing. And who doesn't love having more of a kite shield kind of a thing here in the game, rather than all the boring old round ones you always find? So very, very cool indeed. Now, as for that special power that I mentioned, just quickly to go back here, you see on the Drake Knight Sword, it does add in that special new skill, Drake Knight Swipe. So if we go into our magic, there it is right there. And what this is going to do when activated, it will deal 3 times the normal damage of the Drake Knight Sword. And if the enemy you're hitting fails to resist, they're actually gonna get knocked back, which is pretty darn powerful, especially once you do upgrade this sword to its fullest potential. It's pretty darn crazy, and is only going to cost you 25 stamina and 20 magicka to pull off. Now, when you're in first person, it doesn't look like much, but out in third, you actually, when I do activate it here, do a full little spin around for the attack. But yes, in first person, it's just, yeah, that. It just looks like a normal strike, but it is going to do, again, that 3 times damage, which for, once more, the base sword at 29, 3 times that. 3 times that. So that's going to be a whole heck of a lot of damage to your enemies, which is wonderful. Now let's actually head on downstairs and over to the forge, because let's talk about another one of the special features for this. Besides just the cool, interesting abilities the sword and shields have on their own, you can upgrade them to be even more cool. So if we do go to the blacksmith's forge, and just up in my search bar here, type in Drake, there we go, you can see we can actually take our Drake Knight sword and shield and turn them into +1 Drake Knight sword or shield. All you gotta have is your original sword and shield, and then some silver ingots and soul gems. Now, you can get these all the way up to +5. Each time you upgrade, it's going to unlock the next plus that you can do, and it's going to be ever-increasing amounts of silver ingots, better and better soul gems, and once you get up to the +5, it's even going to require a Centurion Dynamo, which is pretty crazy. And with the sword, when you upgrade it to a +1, it's going to do 10% more damage against dragons. +3, 15% more. And then in +5, 25% more damage to a friggin' dragon. Now as for the shield, at +1, it's going to give you an additional 10% shock damage resistance. +3 will be 15, and +5 will be 25. And it's also, of course, going to give you more armor for the shield and more damage for the sword itself. So I spawned myself in two +5 swords, or a +5 sword and a +5 shield, and at +5, that brings it up to 79 base damage. So imagine using that Drake Knight swipe, making that ×3. That is absolutely insane. You can crank out a lot of damage once you do upgrade this thing fully. Now, as for the shield, its +5 is going to give you 64 armor there. Again, plus that additional 25% damage resistance to shock damage, which is very, very cool. You gotta love that. And that's also not everything you get. When you have both the sword and shield equipped, you're also going to be, in general, 15% stronger against dragons. They do 15% less physical damage against you, and their magic is 15% less effective against you. The whole point of these weapons is to be dragon hunting weapons. So yes, you get stronger attacks against them, more defensive capabilities. It's just amazing. And again, you add into that the upgraded versions up to +5, and these are powerful tools to fight dragons with. Now, I'm not going to spawn in a dragon because that'll just take us too long to fight here on this video with it having to land and all that. So let's just spawn in one of our usual bandits and see how easy they die. That easy. Okay, let's at least get in a couple of them for sure. That'll be great. Hello! Oh, there we go. That one's down. That one's down. That one is... oh boy. There we go. Oh no, the game has, I think, frozen something. Oh, well that... I know what it did. It got locked in first person on the animation to do one of these special kills. So yes, we missed the final 2 deaths. I've never had that happen before. Oh, yay, finding new glitches while recording the video showing off the thing. Good times indeed. But yeah, this is just a super powerful set of equipment that offers you a great sword, a great shield, and the ability to upgrade them even further. And who wouldn't love that? So if you'd like to check out this lovely mod for yourself, you can check out the link in the description as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this one today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed and you come back for whatever mod we do look at next. But until that time, thank you for watching. And as always, have a good one.